No, he's nervous. You got it there, Coco. I haven't seen one of those. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is definitely winter here in Chicago. It is 27 degrees right now, and they say that it feels like it is 17 with the wind chill. So we're going to find out today during this review of the Kingbull Discover on how well it handles in temps that are below freezing. So let's get into it. When it comes to the assembly of this bike, it really wasn't that big of a deal. But this bike also comes with a lot of accessories. It comes with like 2 mirrors, a phone mount, a lock, an air pump, like those kind of things, so that you have everything that you need to ride this bike. I'm leaving all of that off because I have my own stuff that I like to use. Now, the Kingbull Discover is going to come to you as a Class 3 e-bike, which means we should get up to 28 miles an hour via this half twist throttle here on our right-hand side, our cadence sensor down below, and our 5 levels of pedal assist. This bike weighs 77 pounds, but has a payload capacity of 400 pounds. And during the making of this video, you can purchase the Kingbull Discover for only $1,099, and it comes with a 2-year warranty. This bike does come in 2 different models. I have the step over version, but it also comes in a step through. Now the step over version, well, Kingbull says that the average rider height is from 5'5" to 6'6", and it comes in 2 colors. It comes in a black and this blue version that I have right here. Kingbull says that the Discover will go up to 55 miles using throttle only and 60 miles using pedal assist. Now I did look at their website, and it did show that it will go 15 miles using throttle only and 20 miles using pedal assist in pedal assist number 5. Now I'm going to be bouncing between pedal assist number 3 and pedal assist number 5 today, so I don't expect, well, actually, I don't even know what kind of mileage we're going to get, because not only are we going to be pushing this bike to the limit, but we are also in freezing temperatures. The Discover has a 48-volt, 750-watt rear hub motor. It has a peak power of 1,300 watts and 80 Newton meters of torque. It has a Shimano 7-speed transmission, a Turney TZ derailleur, a derailleur guard, and the standard 7-speed thumb shifter. For stopping power, you have a Core Ride 2-piston hydraulic brake system and 180 millimeter rotors. The front forks are hydraulic. They have 80 millimeters of travel. You can preload them and you can lock them out. It has these massive CST 26 by 4-inch tires. They have a mountain bike pattern on them, and they are puncture resistant. When it comes to the battery, it is hidden in this down tube right here. It is a 48-volt, 17.5 amp hours with 840 watts of power. There is a charging port right here on the other side of this battery. It does come with a 3 amp charger, which means you can charge this bike up in about 5.5 to 6 hours. Now you can do it while it's on the bike, or you can take it off and do it somewhere else. And if you want to do that, well, it does come with 2 keys. You're just going to put it in here, take it back, it's going to pop out, and then you can pull the battery out. There is a battery power indicator right here. Not sure if you can see it with my gloves on, but it is right there. And then on this part is where you can turn the battery on and off. So it's kind of a security feature. You can turn it on and off right there. So just make sure that you have the battery turned on before you start the bike. Go ahead and just slap it back in there, pull the key out, make sure your little tab is in there, and you're good to go. The Kingbull Discover has a UL certification of 2849 and an IP rating of 6.5, which means it can handle low pressure water streams from any angle. Additional features include plastic fenders, aluminum pedals, a double chainring guard, a quick release seat post and padded seat, and this rear rack area that Kingbull says can hold 180 pounds. Let's talk about size and fit. When it comes to the length of this bike, it is 77 inches long, and you can make some adjustments here to the front by moving these handlebars forward and back. There's no adjustable stem, but you can move them forward and back because of the dip that is in them to bring them closer to you or farther apart. It also has the seat where you're going to be making your adjustments right there. That is the lowest seat position that I have seen that you could use for this bike, and then we're going to bring it to the back. It does have numbers on it, so that way we can see what our limits are. And right there, that is your setup for your tallest rider. Now I am 225 pounds, 5'9", with a 32-inch inseam. And right now, I believe this is about what I'm going to look like riding this bike today. I do want to point out that the front end of this bike comes up very high. So because of that, you can sit basically straight up and down. I like how this is set up for this riding position. Cockpit Operations. On your left-hand side, you have a hard rubber grip. This is your front brake lever right here, and this is your control panel. To turn the bike on, we're going to hold this power button right here until the display lights up. This is your display. As you can see, it is full color. Up here is your energy bar, so that's your battery power. Then this is your speedometer. This will tell you what pedal assist level, and this is your odometer reading right here. It does have a USB port hidden right under the bottom. To operate the bike, if you want to get different information from down here, we're just going to hit the power button real quick. It goes to trip, voltage, which we're going to need that today, the current that is running through, the time on the bike, and then it goes back to odometer. To go up in pedal assist levels, you're going to hit the plus button right here, and that'll take you all the way up from 0 through 5. And then to go back down, you're going to hit the minus button down below, and that'll take you back to 0. You can turn the headlight on by hitting the headlight button right here, and then to turn it off, we just go hit that again, and then right here is your horn. Ooh, that's that's pretty loud. This is the headlight. It is bigger than most. It does have these cool LED like halo at the top and bottom, and then a nice big bulb in the middle. It does seem pretty bright even in the daytime. When you turn the headlight on, your tail light comes on as well. This is what it looks like when you hit the brakes. Now, whenever you turn the headlights off, the tail light does turn off, but the brake light still works. On your right-hand side, you have your half twist throttle right here. This is your rear brake lever, and this is your thumb throttle. Now, to go down in gear, you're just going to use your thumb and click that lever to take it down in gear, and then you're going to use your thumb and push the button to go up in gear. Let's hop into advanced settings. I went ahead and took my gloves off so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to hit the plus and minus button down at the same time, and it's going to take us into these P levels. This is how the screen brightness. From there, this goes between miles and kilometers. We're not going to go into all of these. I'm just showing you the ones that matter. Number 4, this is how long the bike stays on before it turns off. This is your speeds. It's already set up for class 3. If you hit the button one more time, it goes all the way down to 10 kilometers. So we're going to go ahead and hit the minus button, keep it at 41, and that is our class 3 speeds. But right here, this is basically all that I want to go into and change. There is a full list of all of the P settings in the manual, so you can set it and do all kinds of configurations with it. It is time to get the Kingbull out on the road and see how it does. All right, guys, I'm out here on the 606 trail. As you can see, not too many people are going to be out today due to the weather. But we have this bike in pedal assist 0, which means it's not providing any assistance. It's not helping us at all. The throttle doesn't work or anything like that. I do have it in gear 3, which is making it pretty simple and easy to ride. So I think we're going to be in good shape for today's review. Let's go ahead and test out the throttle. I went ahead and put it into pedal assist number 1, and we're going to see if the pedal assist is dictated by how fast the throttle goes. And it is. In pedal assist number 1, it's going to take you up to 11 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and try number 2. 16 miles an hour is what we'll do in pedal assist number 2. Let's go for 3. 20 miles an hour in pedal assist number 3. Let's go for 4. 23 miles an hour in pedal assist number 4. Let's go for 5. 28 miles an hour in pedal assist number 5. Now let's go ahead and test the pedal assist. I'm not going to use throttle at all. We're just going to pedal and see what pedal assist number 1 takes us. 13 miles an hour in pedal assist number 1. Let's go for 2. 16 miles an hour in 2. Let's go for 3. 20 miles an hour in pedal assist 3. Let's go for number 4. 24 miles an hour in pedal assist number 4. Let's go for 5. 29 miles an hour in pedal assist number 5. Let's see if we can get it to go any faster. I'm cranking. No, 29 miles an hour is going to be our top speed. Let's see how correct the speedometer is versus the display. And as you can see, GPS is showing that we're only doing 18 miles an hour, while the display is showing that we're doing 20 miles an hour. So that means it's going to show that you're going faster than what you actually are, which should also affect the distance that it shows that we go compared to Strava, which I have right now tracking our ride. Now we're going to do some time speed test. I had to take off a glove so I can push the button. But right now we're going to do throttle only. We're going to see how fast it gets to get us up to 28 miles an hour, which is really 26. Pedal assist number 5. Let's go. Boom. That was quite a while. This bike does pick up really gently, so it's not going to like pull you off the bike. It does seem like it's well controlled, although it just takes a while to get you to that top speed if you're doing throttle only. I expect us to get 28 miles an hour a lot quicker using pedal assist. All right, now we're going to check using pedal assist only. I still have it in gear 3, pedal assist number 5, and let's go. I'm cranking once. Okay, so you'll make a full crank or a full rotation before you feel the pedal assist kick in. And boom, that happened in half the time. Let's go ahead and do the brake test. Since this is a class 3 bike, we're just going to go all out. We're going to get to 28, 29 miles an hour, slam on the brakes. We have it in pedal assist 5, gear 4, and we're just going to use everything to get us up to that speed. So let's go. Ooh, that felt good. This bike stopped right at 30 feet. The brakes on this bike felt excellent during that stop, and I was at 29 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and talk about my initial thoughts on this bike. I really like how the head tube is a lot higher, and it just makes you feel more comfortable riding this bike. So I think that how they have this frame set up is really nice. I'm a big fan of this display because you can see it very clearly, and it is full color, and not all full color displays are the same, but this one looks really good. The seat seems to be pretty comfortable so far. I mean, I really like the way this bike stops. Today's gonna be a good ride, and I think I'm gonna be pretty impressed considering this bike is only $1,099 during the time I was doing this review. It is time to do some off-roading with this bike. Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and put it into pedal assist number 5, cutting across. Oh yeah, we are just really cutting through. It's nice of them to see that the park department's cleaning up the trash out of this park. I don't feel like we're going that fast, so we're only doing 17 miles an hour when we should be doing faster than that. Ooh-ah, ooh-ah. Yeah, here we go. Oh, landed both tires at the same time. But ooh, we have dropped down pretty good in battery, and we're not going near as fast. There we go. Now we're starting to pick up speed. So it seems like if you start having some resistance with the bike, that it's gonna, take a lot longer to pick up speed or just not go as fast. Now I have to tell you, not only is it cold today, but the wind is like 20 to 30 degrees with gusts of 40-mile-an-hour winds. All right, guys, it's time for the hill climb. That sun just popped out. It needs to go back behind the clouds there. Go ahead and help me out there because it's blinding me. But this is the hill of pain is what somebody called it, so it kind of sticks with it. It goes from an 18% grade up to 20, and we're going to do it in 2 different ways. Once, we're going to use throttle first and throttle only to see if we can make it up to the top, and then after that, we'll use pedal assist. So we have it in pedal assist number 5. We're going to give it throttle. I'm not so sure it's going to work out well because this bike does take off kind of slow. So we're going to see if it has the strength to do it. Right now, we're at like 9, 10 miles an hour. We're dropping down in speed some. Yeah, this bike is going to make it to the top, but we're not making it up there very fast. But it didn't feel like the bike was like struggling at all. It just felt like we were going slower. All right, now we're going to use pedal assist. I put it down into gear 3. We're in pedal assist number 5. Let's go ahead and give it a crank. Come on, kick in. Oh my gosh, why is this not kicking? There we go. Holy cow. That took a bit to kick in. I was going to be struggling, but it's really not going that much faster. We're only at 11 miles an hour as we are climbing up, but it still felt comfortable just at that very beginning. Once you put some load on it, the pedal assist did not want to kick in. I think I went a full 2 rotations before it kicked in. Even though this is a big bike, it feels pretty nimble the way that it is set up. Like with sometimes a lot of these fat tire bikes, they just feel clunky and stiff, and this one does not. So I'm pretty impressed with that. It is time for the sand test. I expect this bike to do very well when it comes to how it handles in the sand because it has fat tires. Yeah, see, we're just moving right through. No big deal at all. Oh, let's see if we can make it all. Yeah, it's always making those turns. Right now we're seeing if we can just use throttle only. And it is making it through. So that's good. So that tells you, all kinds of things, that not only will this bike get you to the beach, but it'll get you through the beach. The temps are freezing, and you can see how Chicagoans are. Like, they are totally out there. She's out there without wearing a mask or hat or anything. We have made it all the way to downtown Chicago. This is the Lakeshore Trail. That is Lake Michigan, and that is downtown Chicago. One thing that concerns me is I'm looking at my battery bar, and it's showing that we have 45 volts. So I've made it here, but I'm going to have to turn around and head back. Although we're going to check where we're at here in a second to see, because it's showing that we got 45 volts. This is showing that it bounces around between 2 to 3 bars. But if I stop pedaling, it's going to shoot up to 46. Let's go ahead and pull over and get an idea where we're at, so that way I'll know how long I can be on this trail. All right, if we take a look, 46, that means we have 45% battery power, but when I take off right, it shoots down to 45, which means we have 40. So we can be on this trail for a little bit before we head back home. But yeah, it's beautiful out here. This is my favorite part of every review. Let's go ahead and see where we are with our mileage. Trip mileage 13.8, 13.45, which I'm surprised it's that close, considering that this is 2 miles faster than what the average GPS shows. I wanted to show you guys what it looks like riding this bike, what it looks like from the side. Because this head tube sits up so high, this is the kind of bike that you wouldn't need an adjustable stem for, because you're already sitting in a really nice position. I am impressed with the fact that how this bike rides and how it performs. As a matter of fact, if this was going to be like your first 26-inch fat tire bike, I would feel totally comfortable recommending this to anybody else. Because I tell you what, for the price of this bike, it performs just as well, if not better, than other bikes that are more expensive. Right here, you can see how the headlight looks and how bright it is. I do like the LEDs on here, and I do think it does a great job. And this is what the taillight looks like while you're riding around during the day. Let me go ahead and hit the brakes for you. That's what that looks like as well. Now, I know this bike isn't going to get a lot of miles out of it today, but you got to understand, we're riding in freezing weather, and that is going to affect the distance on any bike at any time when it comes to how far a bike can go, because temperature definitely plays effect on how strong and how long your battery will last. We are dropping down in voltage here pretty quick. We're at 43%. I know that once we hit 40 on the volts, then we are at like 5% battery power, and we have a ways to go before we get home. This is one of the cool things about Chicago. Right there is the bean, and in the wintertime, you can go ice skating. I think that is totally cool. One of the reasons that I love this city. Right here is a big old Christmas tree. That is also pretty cool. This is why I like to come downtown every now and again to check out some of the sites. They always have something going on downtown. Something about riding downtown in the holidays. I just, I dig all the lights and all of that kind of stuff. Plus, it's normally less crowded, but it just depends on where you're at. Seems pretty crowded today considering the temps. On your left.
Dude, f*** off.
He seems fun. It just goes to show, when people like that and they're doing nothing but wearing AirPods, you give them notification. I said on your left, I honked, and the guy was totally surprised. He was wearing AirPods, or earbuds or whatever. So of course he didn't hear me. But yet I'm the jerk. Hi. I'm telling you, people are just walking around like they have no clue what is going on. Like it's just them on the road. Maybe this is why I was literally just saying how much I enjoy riding downtown. We are down to 42 volts. Like I said, once I hit 40, I'm in a lot of trouble, and I'm not close to home. Oh no. You know what? Let's go ahead and get it out of 5. We're going to drop it down to 3. Although this bike is easy to ride without power, doesn't mean I want to do it. When a bike has a half twist throttle like this, I find myself using it an awful lot. Now, I always use a throttle whenever I take off from a dead stop. It just makes sense to do it that way. You can take off a lot faster. It's a lot safer. Just by having my hand on the grip, I feel myself turning this throttle some more, which also, reduces the distance that you can go on a full battery. I'm trying to not do that. Oh man. Oh no, we are heading into the wind. Oh, and this bike is pulsing. It is fighting me. Oh, let's put it into pedal assist number 2. Oh, this wind is strong though. Oh, it is not happy, which I get it. Not all the bikes that I review get a chance to go through these lovely settings of wintertime. Just look at the draw for the Kingbull here, but it is pulsing and we are pretty low. We're probably down to our last 15% battery. And man, we got a ways to go. This is the first time I've seen one of these. This is one of those, you know, it's, look at this thing. Adorable. Go ahead, buddy. You got it. No, he's nervous. You got it there, Coco. I haven't seen one of those. That thing is adorable. Now, one thing I can say is I've noticed zero ghost pedaling with this bike. Even when I had it up to 29 miles an hour, it still felt like you were pedaling. So I do like the fact that there was no ghost pedaling at all. I mean, there's some other bikes that cost way more money than this one that will ghost pedal on you once you get about 23, 24 miles an hour. And this one did not. So it is geared very well. Oh, it's getting harder to ride. Oh no. Oh, it is pulsing really bad at this point. I mean, it's doing the best it can. It is still giving me assist, so we're still counting the mileage. It's just not doing it in a way that's extremely fun to ride. I think that once it starts getting down to like 43, well, that's when it starts to do the pulsing on you. This is why I like having a bike. I'm not dealing with all this traffic right here. These guys are going to sit here forever. Finally getting back onto the 606, but getting on to the 606 since it's elevated will actually kill this battery. So we're going to walk it. I still feel this thing like giving me power. So we're just going to keep tracking that mileage until it doesn't do that anymore. I am all layered up and me pedaling this bike has got me sweating. Even though we're in freezing weather, I got my visor up. And of course, I'm riding into the wind. Yikes. This thing's not providing any more assistance. I'm gonna pull over, track the mileage, and then we'll do final thoughts. All right, guys, I have made it back. Now I have to tell you that I did ride about 2 miles without any assistance. I put it all the way down into gear 1. It was kind of tiring. Yeah, I felt it, especially since I was riding into the wind. Now this bike does, when the battery percentages gets low to like 43 volts, that's when you're gonna notice like some pulsing as it's trying to do its best to give you what it can. And then at that point, some point during that 43 volts, you're gonna lose assistance to the bike. Now, when I took a look at the display showed that we went 21 miles. And when I took a look at Strava showed that we went 20.8 something, it's right there. And because of that, I would say that the display is accurate. And I don't know how, considering that it's 2 miles faster than what it shows on the GPS. But for some reason, it matches up pretty close to Strava, which means you wouldn't need a third-party app if you were wanting to track your mileage. But do pay in mind that this is the kind of bike that once you turn it off, you're gonna lose your trip mileage altogether. It'll just reset. Now, when it comes to this bike, I mean, I'm really impressed with it. I mean, this bike is only $1,099, or at least it is during the moment that I am making this review. And this bike, I believe, outperforms the cost that they are charging right now. I have reviewed many 26-inch fat tire e-bikes this year, and this bike performs just as well or even better than ones that are more expensive. And when it comes to the things that I dig about the bike, I like the seat. I like how it sits. Something about how this comes up and this higher head tube, I just like how that thing sits. And because of that, it made the ride totally nice. It brakes well, it goes through the sand like it would, like you would figure any fat tire bike would. So it does all the fat tire things, but at a fraction of the cost. Now, with that said, if you are interested in the Kingbull Discover, well, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description below. That way it'll take you right to where you need to be. And if I have a discount code, well, I'm gonna throw that down below in the description as well. For a guy that has reviewed many fat tire e-bikes in 2024, if this was like the very first fat tire e-bike that I purchased, like if I hadn't owned any other one and I was like, I only have $1,100 and I would buy this one, this bike would keep me happy for a long time. Like I wouldn't feel that I would need to upgrade too many things on this bike. So that is everything I have for you on the Kingbull Discover. And I want to thank you for watching. So until I see you again, enjoy the ride.